Hey there, folks. So, be kind and rewind. Be kind and rewind is a motto that I took from Blockbuster videos, probably a good 15 years ago when I joined Microsoft, or right about there. And, I was always been trying to better myself, improve myself, learn more, and I don't know. As you get older and older, you have more empathy, more patience, and more love than you did when you were in your 20s. And if you have a lot of love and patience and all that when you're in your 20s, you're going to be a phenomenal old person. Yeah. So as I was, getting older and older, it's you get aggravated uh, by just things. Whether you're working on your car or doing a project with your spouse, like painting or something. I don't know. There's, it's easy to get on your nerves or take offense by what people say or do and things like that. Uh, and even in your own actions, I think taking, you know, we tend to act out and not think about the consequences until after, if we do. And some people are stubborn, some people are not. I don't. But as I was, kind of my journey to try to be a better person, have more patience and love, and just trying to grow as a person mentally and physically. Uh, I kind of have adopted this motto, and I have a couple. And be kind, rewind. It's just a little motto that I've taken to kind of remind myself from time to time to always be kind, be your best, and if something's getting the best of you, you're not being kind, or you're not being the best of you. Sometimes you need to take a step back and come back and look at it from a different point of view, or just take a break and then reassess and then try to tackle it again. You never know what's going on behind closed doors when it involves somebody. You don't understand people's point of views, or what's important to them may not be important to you, but it's important to them nonetheless. uh, Maybe they're just aggravated, just like you. Maybe you gotta give me that ball, sweetheart. Let's go get it. Um, you have to sit there and look at life through different lenses all the time. And in my 20s, I probably didn't have the patience. I know I didn't have the patience that I do now. In my, like if I go to visit friends, or not even friends, but family, the first thing that they do is give me a handful of remotes and gadgets and phones and like, make this work. I don't even know what half the stuff is. And I don't want to go to people's houses to fix things. I don't enjoy that. I want to go to people's houses, and spend time with them. But, you know, I, I I've kind of learned to kind of take a step back, like, okay, I will help you out. I'll do the best I can. You get patience with that, and that was with customers, with work. Like, you go to customer sites, or you work with customers, and they have a product that you're supporting, or you're doing certain things, and they don't know the fundamentals of IT or the product that you're doing, and they're supposed to be the resident expert, and you're just like, ooh, these days are going to be long, but you have to take a step back and just like, okay, look at it through their point of view, and just be a better person. And I think by looking at that, taking a step back, rather if I'm working on a project and you know, I hit my hand with a hammer, or there's projects I have that I definitely had to walk away and then come back like an hour or two, or even the next day, and then retackle it, because whatever, just like, ooh, it just agitates me. And I've learned by doing that, taking that fresh step back and reflecting, or just trying to understand somebody else's point of view, you know, or what they're struggling with, has made me a better person. I can empathize with them more. I can be nice and try to see things through their point of view, and then try to help them and teach them. Hey, this is why this happened. And I think a lot of us, we forget that we need to take a step back. We forget or don't think about what an individual or person that we're dealing with is going through. We don't try to understand. We don't try to be a better person. Try to help them out. And there's probably folks out there that are great with it. I know there's probably a lot of people better at it than I am, uh, and they will always be the greatest of the greatest. The Bob Rosses, the Keanu Reeves, the Mr. Rogers. Those are the best of the best, right? And I can only strive to be the best of the best. And in retirement, I've learned that the stress that I've had working is gone, but I have more empathy now because I'm not rushed and bogged down to get things done. I'm not forced to just do it and then come back and fix the problems later. Uh, a lot of the stress is gone, and now I can sit there and just like, wow, okay, I could reevaluate, or I could understand and take the time and like be a lot more gentle and kind towards the different people and the struggles. My conversations now when I go to the store, or just any conversation I have with anybody is soft and, hey, glorious day, and I hope your day is great and wonderful. May your day bring joy. How are you doing? And have kind of these real conversations, on a empathetic level, or empathy level, I guess. Word salads are hard. Um, Enjoying and trying to understand, and just bring a little bit of happiness and joy in somebody's life, even if it's only for a few minutes. Uh, the conversations I have, the little gestures and things seem to resonate more with folks. Uh, and I love doing that part. In my 20s, I was quiet. I was very reserved, soft spoken. I was just me. I didn't know how to interact with people. It was very socially awkward. I still socially awkward. Yeah, yeah, it is what it is. I I struggle with some things. My biggest fear is talking to people. My biggest fear is, yeah, I guess I get really nervous talking to crowds of people. Talking on YouTube scares the hell out of me, right? I don't know who's watching. I don't need anybody judging me, right? I don't know, but now it's coming easier and easier, and I've learned to focus on things that are outside my comfort zone, to take it, uh, embrace those things that are outside your comfort zone, that you don't understand, you don't know, or you're afraid to do, and just do it and do it and do it till you're no longer afraid, no longer nervous about it. If you're afraid of heights, do things that scare the hell out of you with heights. Until you're not as nervous anymore, you're okay with it. Some of my phobias, that's how I've conquered over it. And being kind and be kind to rewind is just a motto that I've taken and adapted years and years ago to help me be less socially awkward, and strike up conversations, and try to be more empathy, have more empathy with people, and try to understand and get stories. Everybody has a great story. Everybody has a story that the world needs to hear, right? Everybody has a struggle. everybody has a message, and you can learn so much. We were at the Outer Banks, was it last year? We sat down with the owner of this barbecue place, and he had amazing stories. I wish I had a camera because to this day they were just amazing. And that's what my wife loves. She loves learning. She's not a people person, but she's learning to embrace other people and their stories and their points of views. And you just take a few minutes and listen. When I was going and traveling, I traveled a lot. I like homeless people would come up to me and whatever, and sometimes I would engage. If they beat around the bush, let's dig into it. What's going on, and you can learn some fascinating things and stuff. And I'll give them $20 and stuff like that. But let me hear your story. I want to know why or what. How did you get here and stuff like that. Just you have empathy, and we don't have patience and stuff like that we're not when we're working and we have our 9 to 5 and struggles and just everything's so rush 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 rush. And being retired, I can stop and reflect and watch and enjoy life just fly by. you know I can enjoy taking the time and being a better person, being a happier person. Enjoy talking to people. You know, when I worked for Microsoft, you know, they're always teaching you to grow and learn, and that was one of those things that I growed and learned. I wanted to learn more about the human experience and how to be a better person, how to talk to my customers and not how to be socially awkward and stuff like that, because you're in customer spaces, you're talking to them, you're the expert. You can't be reserved and quiet like you always are, and seen but not heard type thing. And it made me nervous, but it's one of those things, one of those tools that Be Kind Rewind and jumped in there, and you learn to get out there and expose yourself to the elements. And I've learned along the way having empathy and love and being a kind person and being happy for yourself and for other people is one of the greatest things that you could enjoy. I love my family, I love my friends, I love meeting new people, and I love talking to people. And somebody that was so reserved, I'm not anymore. You know, it's it's a great journey. It is such a great journey being retired. I don't think if I didn't learn some of this stuff while I was working, I don't think I would be here today talking to anybody or nobody. I don't know. It's definitely a journey, a very, very interesting journey. So be kind and rewind means basically if you are not kind and not doing something that's nice and whatever, maybe you need to take a step back and reevaluate your actions or their actions and then reapproach it. That's my message for today. You all take care. Love you all. Bye.